Hey, welcome. We're going to record a episode of Happy Meadow Tails. It's called The Sweet Smell of Summer. Hope you enjoy it. Welcome back to another episode of Happy Meadow Tails. I'm your host, Steve Kitts. Today's episode will be called The Sweet Smell of Summer. The morning sun warmed Happy Meadow, and the birds sang cheerfully. And the birds sang cheerful songs as Robbie the rabbit bounced down the winding trail. His best friend, Benny the squirrel, hurried behind him, carrying a tiny basket. "Do you smell that?" Benny asked, his nose twitching. Robbie stopped and looked and took a deep breath. Fresh blueberry muffins and cinnamon rolls," Benny added. "And strawberry pie." The two friends looked at each other and grinned. "Sam's Bakery!" they shouted together. Off they raced towards the little bakery at the edge of the meadow. A wooden sign swung gently in the breeze, and it read, "Sam's Summer Bakery Specials." When they stepped inside, a little bell jingled over the door. "Welcome!" called Sam the skunk with a "Welcome!" called Sam the skunk with a warm smile. "You're just in time. I finished the summer snack menu this morning." Rows of fresh treats filled the shelves. Blueberry muffins, blackberry scones, fresh lemonade, honey cookies, apple hand pies, and tiny acorn tarts. Everything smelled wonderful. "I don't know where to start," Benny laughed. And Sam chuckled. "That's why I made summer snack samplers." He placed two tiny baskets on the counter. Each basket held a tiny muffin, half a honey cookie, slices of strawberry, apple wedges, and a handful of roasted sunflower seeds, and a cool cup of fresh lemonade. "It isn't about eating the most," Sam explained. "It's about enjoying the little bites of everything." The friends carried their basket outside underneath a large oak tree. Nearby, butterflies danced across colorful wildflowers while dragonflies skimmed over Farmer Brown's pond. "This place is perfect," Robbie said. Benny took a sip of lemonade. "I think food tastes better when you slow down." Just then several meadow creatures wandered by. Just then several young meadow animals wandered past. "We want a snack," one of the little mouse said. "We want a snack," one of the little mouse said sadly. "But we forgot to bring acorns." Without saying a word, Robbie looked at Benny. Benny smiled back, and they divided their basket in half. "Here," Robbie said. "Food always tastes better when it's shared." Soon everyone sat beneath the tree, laughing together. Sam watched from the bakery window and smiled. He quickly carried out another tray filled with warm muffins. "I had a feeling today would need extra snacks." That afternoon passed with stories, games, and happy conversations. No one hurried home. No one worried about having the biggest snack. As the sun slowly dipped below the hills, Benny stretched As the sun slowly dipped behind the hills, Benny stretched and smiled. You know what? What? Robbie asked. I think today wasn't about the bakery. Robbie nodded. It was about spending time together. Sam locked up the bakery door for the evening and waved to his friends. You know, the best recipe is a little kindness with friends. Everyone laughed, and then the fireflies began to glow across Happy Meadow as the people headed home with full hearts and a wonderful memory. As the friends headed home with full hearts and wonderful memories. Sometimes the sweetest part of summer isn't about the treats that you eat. It's the friends that you share them with. The end. Well, thank you for joining me on this episode of During Bible Study. Thank you for joining me on this episode of Happy Meadow Tails. I've been your host, Steve Kitts. Be kind to one another. Well, that's how I do it. And I think you sort of get the idea of it's okay to mess up. Go back and correct it and move on to the next. Look for this episode on iTunes, on iHeartRadio and Spotify, and follow along on Facebook as I load up these episodes and let everybody enjoy them. It's been a pleasure to work with you and to let everybody enjoy these episodes. I will try to do more recordings of the video of me presenting these so you can understand and be a part of it. Thank you, and God bless.